you can hear me well. So let me to introduce first SECOWARWICK. I will start from a first very short movie which can present you who we are and what we do, and then later I will give you a little bit more details how we expanded, especially to North America. Okay, so you are able to see some general information about the company and what we do. In general, we do heat treatment equipment, industrial furnaces, and vacuum metallurgical equipment. So the outlook of the company today, you can see on the slide, we have 9 companies in the group and 5 production halls and 2 R&D centers. One R&D center is located in the United States, in New York State, and another one is in Poland, in Europe. So today we have 9 companies in the group. 3 companies are located in United States, then 4 companies in Europe, with the current headquarters located in Poland, and India and China represents our Asian footprint. So the company hires globally over 760 employees as of today, and we have covered with our products over 70 countries within last 30 years, and we hired over 60% engineers. So we are typical engineering company, and this is engineer to order type of business in most of the cases, and over the last 30 years we deliver over 4,000 projects. So as I mentioned, the main products are delivered to such as industries like automotive, aerospace, energy, commercial heat treatment, and various others like medical, electronics, tool and dies, and many others. So practically we can build industrial equipment dedicated for heat treatment for any application required by industry. If we talk about the sales, we mainly concentrate on US market, where over 30% of our products is delivered there. Then about 30% products are sold in Europe, 24% stands for Asia, and remaining products 10% goes to the rest of the world. So this was the picture how we look today, but how we started, it is also quite interesting. So there was an idea in the head of a group of enthusiasts in 1986 in Poland. So the history began in a very small town called Świebodzin, where the small startup called Transvac has been created by actually two enthusiasts, which had a dream to build a company to manufacture industrial furnaces. So they started from a fabrication of transformers for furnaces, but later they switched to wider range of production, and they built the first vacuum furnace in 1990. So that achievement has raised some interest of a US-based company from Pennsylvania, SECOWARWICK, and that company had started some discussion with Transvac from Poland, and on the 1st June in 1991, exactly 30 years ago, a joint venture, Polish-US 50-50 joint venture, has been established. So that was really the beginning of a new era of this startup, and also a new era of US partner, because since then the company has started its very aggressive expansion. And we can also say that American dream of Polish entrepreneurs came true. As we can see here on this timeline slide, we can see that both the US partner and Polish partner established company in 1991. And since then, the expansion went through the various acquisitions and also various new ventures at various countries like Russia, and acquisition of IP of Chemlo, UK-based company. And then important step was taken in 2005 when Polish partners has acquired the partner from US. There was a reverse takeover of SECOWARWICK, and since 2005, the SECOWARWICK group has been created and its head office has been moved to Poland. Then very fast after this first step, another step was taken with the direction of US market. Ritech company, which originally was based in California and was founded in California in 1963, has been acquired by SECOWARWICK. Then in 2007, company went public on Warsaw Stock Exchange market. Since then, we are a listed company. And then a few more steps was taken to expand on Asia. We opened a new venture in China, then expansion on Germany, then another small service company in Poland. And then in 2017, another footprint was made in US market. A company, Seco Vacuum Technologies, has been funded, a new venture to cover with our products built in Poland, US market, and also provide services. And then lately we also opened a new venture in India. So we can see that over the last 30 years, since 1991, when company in Poland has been open, there was a very aggressive expansion to the global scale, and so we were able to cover our global presence with 9 companies, whereas 3 companies are located in US, 4 in Europe, and 2 in Asia. So looking through the success factors, Chris mentioned what were the main, let's say, targets, what was achieved by Printful company. We're also concentrated on similar things. And the first point I mentioned here is the right people in the right place. So in 1991, when both companies started the discussion, there was a clear understanding from both sides what they want to achieve. From US side, from Polish side, what was the target, what is the goal. Until today, the founders from US side are still the shareholders of the company. They are still active in the business. So this partnership and this venture was based on the trust, on the partnership, and this is why we were able to create a global structure and global presence, because we were always looking for partners. When we acquired some businesses, when we set up a new ventures, when we hire people, we're always looking on the people we can trust, people who understand also and have the same goals. With the time being, when we expanded, we adjusted also our business model to the current market needs. Depends on the markets, depends on the situation. We try to be always ready for a pivot and to have an agile approach. And with the expansion, we also try to use our global resources to cut the cost and to speed up the delivery time of our equipment, and also meet the customer expectations as of the localization of the production or services. And then the founders of the company were always very determined in the execution of the strategy. So once they decided the direction, they were forcing to achieve the goals. So although there were many challenges, as always during in the business, they try to always overpass these challenges and achieve the goals. The company is typical innovative type of business. We engineer our products based on our R&D centers, based on the tests and trials. We achieved many hours as innovative company, and also very demanding industries like aerospace, like automotive, are expecting from us to deliver high-tech products. And this is why we also were able to enter many key customers on the global scales. Premium quality is worth to mention here, especially for an Eastern European company, because we started in Poland in 80s or beginning of 90s. So there was little of trust that a European company from Eastern Europe can deliver very good quality products, especially such a expectation was made by all the customers. And so we had this understanding, especially once we wanted to enter a Western market, the American market, but also Western European market. We always over-deliver in the quality. And also a customer-centric approach was very helpful from very beginning. We always try to please our customers with the solution, deliver more than what they normally expected from us. And this is why we are chosen by many customers repeatedly for the new equipment, new capital investment they do in the equipment. So this is why we were successful, and we are growing. And now we try to utilize our group strength, having a global presence, and especially fabrication facility in China, and also our footprint in India, are giving us today a perfect chance to deliver even more sophisticated and price competitive product for our customers. So that was the long story in the short. I know that we are fighting with the time on our event today, so I'm open now to take any questions.
Slawomir, thank you very much. That's interesting. Any questions here from you guys in the audience? Yeah? Come on up, Ron. We've got one question from the audience.
Hello, good morning. Ron Farkas from Poland US Operations. Thank you very much for the presentation. Very interested, particularly with manufacturing of industrial machinery. How have you been able to adapt to the changing regulatory environment, and not only in different countries, but just simply within those countries, as we've seen pretty substantial changes and evolutions in requirements, standards, and so on and so forth. It seems like a really big challenge to manage, not just in one country, but also in the European Union, in the United States, and all over the world.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Yeah, it is always a challenge, especially for industrial equipment, to meet all the standards. We can say, but national standards depends on the particular country, but also about specific standards for an industry like aviation, aerospace, and safety requirements. That are different in Asia, different in US. We try to always cope with the standards. We also partnership with universities, we partnership with industrial let's say, advisors. We also have our own certification for example, for pressurized housings. We are able to manufacture according to ASME standards, according to Chinese standards. Here in Poland, Korean, Japanese. So with the expansion of the business, with more products, initially we started from using our fabricators, our subcontractors, which were certified. But with the expansion, with more projects, we decided to also certify it ourselves for some standards. And we always cope with all the environmental requirements. Like today, there is a big concentration of the CO2 emission reduction. So we also implement the new solution to our equipment that the customers can also deliver, let's say, the products with the lower CO2 emission. So this is our approach. We're always trying to cope with and meet current market requirements, which are changing, and this is why we have to be ready for the changes.
And Mr. Wozniak, one question from my side. In terms of the kind of Industry 4.0 and even the rise of 5G and robotics, et cetera, how much does that affect you guys? How much of that is a threat to you or an opening for new competitors, or how much of it is potential for you guys to further expand?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Tom. Yeah, it is from one side challenging, from the other side is a very big opportunity. We concentrated on Industry 4.0 or Internet of Things a couple of years ago already, and we already developed some products which are implemented on our equipment. And so you have to find also some partners which can support you in this respect. And we are also working with some universities to develop, also with some industrial partners, so with some suppliers of electronic equipment, of sensors. So this is definitely the direction, and everyone is expecting, and from our customers, the industry, especially high-tech industries like aerospace and automotive, energy industry. All the customers are talking with us about the changes of the equipment and the requirements. Yeah.
Okay, if I do the math right, so you're 1991. That means you're this is your 30-year anniversary. Is that correct?
It is correct, right?
You guys have events planned around that?
Yeah, we are going. Yeah, unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we are going to do similar like we do today. It will be like a kind of hybrid event. Originally, we planned to do it in the beginning of June, but we'll make it in the 30th of June. There will be an event for all the employees with some awards, and yeah, there will be very nice time, definitely.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Slawomir. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
I will say, last comment about the day today, but also relevant to you guys, because we have on the Hopin platform the so-called popular vote. So we are having this evening culminates in the awards ceremony. So you are up for an awards this evening, maybe at least one or two. If someone wants to vote for you, they can go to the polls online. And I encourage everyone on the Hopin platform to use the polls feature. On the right-hand side, you'll see it. I think there are 13 categories in there, and all the companies shortlisted are there. So you can choose one, vote one per category. Then you can't vote again. The system has kind of locked you out from the poll voting itself. So cast your vote, maybe for Mr. Wozniak. Vote for yourself, by the way, and hopefully congrats tonight.
Sure.
Fingers crossed. Thank you very much, Slawomir. Appreciate it very much.
Thank
Hope
you.
to see you in person next time.
Thank you.